Big Dave, joined by George outside London Stadium, West Ham 2, Everton 1. George, I dread to think what your emotions are going through right now.
Mate, I feel about 100 years older. I'm tired. Tired's the only word. That was exhausting to watch. But you know, there's a part of me that's like, I'm kind of enjoying it because there's something to play for, 4 games to go. Normally we're like mid-table, nothing to play for. Fair play to the players because 88th minute equaliser, you're thinking it ain't going to be our day. They didn't let it get them down. Nuno needs to learn to not sit back on a lead. We cannot defend, so why are you doing it? But the player showed some good character to get back into it.
You might feel 100 years older, but I'll tell you, you only look 99 years older.
Still younger than you, son.
Still younger than me. Other people had the same point, to be fair, about Nuno. Yeah, obviously we're sitting back on the lead. But with the defence we had, I thought with the way Soucek was playing today, especially in defence, for me, man of the match. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but I think he had some bit more faith in his defence than usual.
Tomas Soucek personifies everything a fan wants from this club. I've never seen a player, and I include myself in this as a fan, written off by so many so often, yet whenever you need him, he's there. Whenever you need him, he comes up with gold. He is everything that is right about West Ham. But today, defensively, the players, you could tell, wanted it. It was just the tactics that let them down. You don't need to bring on an extra midfielder, especially a player like Potts, who's going to try and destroy the game and hold on to it that early. But today's about Soucek. Today is completely about Tomas Soucek. Without him, I don't know where we'd be. We wouldn't be European champions. We wouldn't have been in the top 6 in the first place. And we certainly wouldn't be a Premier League team this season. The amount of clutch goals he's got us, we'd have been done. He really is a legend within West Ham.
Yeah, I agree. I think you could add to that a certain £105 million midfielder wouldn't have been a £105 million midfielder without Soucek's contributions next to him. Obviously, Everton are pushing Europe. They still go to Spurs. Obviously, Wolves couldn't do it today. We know Molineu's a difficult place to go. Kind of hope that they might upstage Spurs, but it's still in our hands. And I think at this point in the season, that's where you want it to be, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it is. That's all we've got to do is match Spurs. We ain't got to beat them. We ain't got to do anything. Just match Spurs. I know it seems downbeat and whatever, but that's all we've got to do. Was it 4 games to go? 4 games. They've got some hard games to come up with. So have we. But it's in our hands with 4 games to go, and I'd have bitten your hand off for that after that Forest game in early January. I really would have. I'm delighted. I really am.
I've said this to a couple of people, George, but are we overlooking Forest here? Because they've got the European semi-final. They're only 3 points ahead of us. You know, they've got some difficult games as well, and they could well be sucked into it if their focus wanders off the league and into Europe. And to be fair, the Europa League semi-final and with the prospects of, a Champions League next season for a club like Forest, you can understand why they might wander and why the attention might shift.
Well, it's 4 points in it really because their goal difference is vastly better than ours. But I can't see them getting dragged into it. I think they've got it. They need one more win, and I think it keeps them up because they've got a 3-point gap. I can't see Spurs winning 3 out of the last 4. So I think they need 1 win from 4 games. So I think they're discounted between us and Spurs. I said this yesterday in the pub. We needed 8 points from those 5 games, and we got 3 already. So can we go and get 6, even 7 more? Because Brentford, I don't think we go and win. I think they're a bloody good team. They're hard to beat. We ain't got a good record there. Get a point there, and hopefully go and beat Newcastle and Leeds. And then it's going to be squeaky bum time, but I believe this is the first time for a while I actually believe we can do it. We needed something like this to galvanise the fans and the players. To have a setback that late on and still win the game, it shows something that we haven't really seen this season.
Definitely, you can feel the feel-good vibe, coming out of the ground now. Obviously, we've had the win, not just that, but with Tuesday's news, Karen Brady's left the club. There is a real kind of optimism, real happy, real good vibe about the place at the moment. Do you think we can beat Brentford? Because I think we've got the defence certainly that can shackle Thiago in Dizazi and Mavropanos, and if we can shackle them, we're capable of nicking a goal on the break. We can go into Brentford next week, I think, on the back of this, with a little bit more confidence and a little bit more optimism than maybe we would have felt 24 hours ago.
I mean, I'd completely forgotten that Karen Brady's thing was this week. That's how long today has felt. It feels like a week in itself. But yeah, I mean, defensively, we were outstanding today. So we take that into next week. Brentford, they're a hit and miss team. 1 week, they're amazing. The next, they're workman-like, serviceable team. But it's not. They're going to be similar to Everton, I think, hard to beat. And we've got to take our chances. We can't spurn any chances next week because I don't think we get more than 2 or 3. And I think you're going to need to score 2 to win the game. I don't bank on Nuno's tactics being able to hold out Thiago in the form that he's in. As good as our defence has been, it's still not perfect.
I'd agree with that. We've certainly got to take our chances next week. Last question, George. Yes or no, are we staying up?
Of course we are.
Love the optimism. Cheers, George.